my channel, folks. What you got there, what you got there, what you got there. Today we're gonna be messing around with this Venom motorcycle. It's this X22. It's this automatic. Now if you go back to my other videos, which I was telling you that you don't want to get this bike because it's going through a lot of parts. For example, there goes the new spool, there go the old starter. I just took this starter out. There go the serial number in case you ever go through it, so you know what the serial number is. The oil starts coming out of there and stuff. This is the CDI, so you get this off of Amazon. This is a brand new one. I'll be changing that out today. This is the solenoid. This is the old one. I already changed that out and put a new one in just to show you. This is the old solenoid. That went bad. And today I'll be putting a new ignition coil in, because if you get symptoms like your vehicle stalling on you and stuff like that, it's because more likely you might need a new ignition coil. Now, the battery I already had didn't last that long. I just put a new battery in this bike. The bike's only a year old. Got it last February. So just to show you that the miles on this bike already. There's 100 million miles is on here. Like I said, I only had it for a year, got it last February. This is the new detail stuff I put on here. I put these new things on. But like I said, I'm about to get something different in a minute. But back to what I was saying is now when you put on a new starter, it's right here. 2 8mm bullets. I said bullets, bolts. 2 8mm bolts. That's what I meant to say. This traffic is loud on the street, so if you don't hear me too much, I'll repeat myself. Alright, now there's 2 8mm bolts that you have to remove. There's a cord right there, the red cord you have to remove. Now in the video, Venom Motorsports trying to teach you how to remove that. Now they tell you have to remove the battery or disconnect the battery. No, you don't. Look, your solenoid's right here. If you remove this right here, your solenoid's not getting no power whatsoever. So just remove this right here, so you don't go through all the hassle and removing the battery. So yeah, just remove this one. This is the one that's giving the power, and this is the one that goes to your starter. When this is going bad, you won't hear nothing. You won't hear no clicks or nothing like that. If you don't hear no clicks in here, that means your solenoid is bad. So if you won't hear nothing moving here, it's bad. So I'm letting you know. Now, there's another thing I wanted to tell you. Now your ignition cord is right here, which is you remove this bolt right here. After you remove this bolt, you know, ignition cord, you just pull this out and bang, there you go. Your CDIs is right here, which take only a couple plugs. So now you can see where your CDI. You take these 2 plugs out right here. You unplug them right there. You kind of point at it. Put them 2 plugs right there. There are little tabs on them. You pull the tabs out and pull the plugs out. This CDI thing is not really hooked onto that except for this little bracket right here, and it slides off, and you can tell it's going bad. You use cheap rubber brackets to hold it. What else? You might learn about the filters right here, so it's easy to change out the filter whenever you want to change out the filter. The fuse is right here on this bike, so now you know where the fuse is at. Now, believe me, when I changed out even my solenoid, I still didn't disconnect my battery, so you don't have to really disconnect your battery, you know what I mean? just don't ever hook your starter up first. Make sure hook your starter up first. That's what I meant to say. Just make sure you actually hook your starter up first, actually, you know, and then hook this wire up. But neither than that, I never had no problems. But I did get a new battery just to show you. And here's a new battery in here, because the old battery the old battery only lasts for a year. So if you got this bike, you want to have problems. Like I tell people, go to the BBB, the FTC. Fucking, I didn't mean to swear, but you know, look at the reviews. The good reviews doesn't mean nothing. The good reviews is just saying that they only had this bike for only maybe a month and then wrote a review and said, oh, it was a good bike or whatever products they had. Now the company will lie on you. They did it with other customers and say that you threaten their company when they don't want to replace parts they know that's defective on these bikes. Now, the thing you could do is, like I said, is report them, and hopefully it could give you your money back, which they ain't gonna give you all your money back. They'll give you partial your money back, and then after that they'll sit there and tell you that when you ship the bike back or whatever, it better be in the same position or condition, I'm not to say, in the same condition that when they shipped it out to you. And the funny thing about it, when they do ship these bikes out to you or any of the products, they do not have a signature on there. Like when I bought this bike, this was already broken right here. So show you that there's a lot of things on these bikes, there's problems with all the products. And I'm letting you know their company will allow you just not to fix your bike. So if you buy this bike or you buy any of the products, you're going to be spending a lot of money to keep it running. You pay $3,000, they're only more likely they're getting these wholesales. They're probably paying like $800, $700 from China and marketing it to us for like $3,000. So, but they're really easy to work on, but it's not worth your money when they only last for like a year. Or within a year, you're going to be replacing a lot of things. Now, the biggest flaws on these bikes is the center, this bracket, this mount bracket right here. Now, if these bushings in here ever goes bad, or it's behind here, but it's one of these bushings, it might be in here. These bushings ever go bad, this part right here, you have to find this whole part. Venom Motorsports be trying to tell you, and they like, man, these bikes right here, they really don't know too much about their products. When they fixing these bikes or whatever, they're just taking them apart in the videos, and when they showing you videos, they're just saying, well, you know, maybe like they have experience on a bike before. Like more likely they don't, because if you look at the video with this getting removed, the guy even said, oh, you can remove these and do all this and stuff, and then when he gets it out, he figured out that you can't remove them, you have to buy this whole part. So that's one of the biggest flaws on this bike, is if this ever go bad for too much weight or whatever it may be, you won't have to replace this whole thing right here. Now, another biggest thing on this bike is the stator. The stator is this wire right there. You see that wire right there? Now, that's inside the engine. So, you want to get to your stator, you got to remove this whole thing. So, hopefully, stator never goes bad. Because if your stator goes bad, you have to remove the whole engine, which is another biggest flaw on this bike. So, I'm letting you know before you purchase this bike, you might want to think about shopping somewhere else and getting a real sports bike instead of these scooters. But eventually, I don't know, I think it's oil, I guess. It's like, which I'll probably clean that up in a minute. But yeah, like I said, it's showing you the stuff that I replaced on here already. Like I said, I got this last February. So if you have any problems, like I said, go to the FTC and the BBB, fill out it. Even Trustpilot, like if you look at the reviews on Trustpilot reviews are bad too. And like I said, you see any of them new ones, reviews, or they're good reviews, 5-star reviews, is because nobody didn't have it. They didn't have the product long enough to actually experience it. So I'm letting you know. You would take my point of view from the video, or try and buy the product and deal with the problems yourself, but stay away, man. I'm telling you, stay away. Find somewhere else to shop at. Save your money for something else. Don't deal with it, because you won't be going through parts. And this is all the electrical problems that I'm going through. So once again, there go the ignition cord. So if you want to know what the serial number, that's that. So, but until then, I'm about to fix this, put this new ignition coil on, and that's about it. I'm going with my day. So, and this too. So, what you got there? What you got there? What you got there?